Good morning, people of America, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're choosing to watch this. I want to take a moment to go over the rubrics and explain the expectations for the Investigate a City project. The schedule is forthcoming. We have a half day next week, and I'm kind of waiting to figure out what we're doing on that day to kind of plan out the rest of the schedule for next week. But I will tell you what's going on for the rest of this week and next Monday. So today, we're all going to make our way to my canvas, and we're going to click the link to Investigate a City Criterion B research, and you're going to make your own copy. The first thing I would like you to do is put your name in the top of this where it says copy. For some reason, because it's like outside, it's making it difficult for me. So what I want to do is name this Mr. O'Neill's, but you will put your name up there instead. So today, we're going to kind of continue what we started doing yesterday with the investigating of cities, of choosing someplace. Hopefully yesterday, you were able to find a country, a city, a place in the world outside of the United States that you have some kind of interest in. Today, your goal is to choose a city and start filling out this form. Before I go any further, I expect you to read this because it gives good information on what you're doing, but we have to look at the official rubrics. They're linked here for everyone to see. And what I want everyone to know is for Criterion B, which is this page right here, you have to fill this out and you have to meet these requirements to get a 7 or 8. A 7 or 8 is what I expect all of you to get. I'm not even going to go over 5 or 6 because you are all level 7s or 8s. So you need to use methods to collect and record consistently relevant information. Now that's IB speaking for you need to use good sources to show me that you know the 5 themes of geography for your city. You need to have 4 to 5 credible sources. And I'm going to show you what those are and aren't in about 60 seconds. You also need to thoroughly evaluate all 5 themes. So if you only use 2 sources and you only investigate 3 of the 5 themes of geography, you will not get a 7 or 8. So that's what I expect y'all to do to get a 7 or 8 for Criterion B, which is investigating, which is IB for research. So let me show you exactly how I'll grade this. When we come down here, I'm going to explain everything, and this should say Mr. O'Neill. Basically, I give you 2 sites already. So you can use these 2 sites right here to go ahead and begin your research. So the first thing we got to do is we need to fill out the top of this form and say the name of your city and country. So Mr. O'Neill is going to do Los Angeles. See, Miami, y'all can't choose those because they're in the United States. You have to choose a city outside of the United States. So I'm going to do Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm going to kind of start with movement because I really like movement. So here we go. Let's make sure we're on the right place here, and let's do this. So let's say I just want to, this is how information gets around Charlotte. Is this a source right here? Can I double click this? It looks long enough. It looks good. So let's get this in here and go ahead and add my 3rd source to my list. Now, I need everybody to really look close at this. This is not a source. This is a Google search. So this will not be acceptable for an actual source. The joke Mr. O'Neill uses is, where do you hide a car? Where do you hide a stolen car? Well, y'all, you do it down here on the 3rd or 4th line of a Google search because no one ever comes down here. So look, the top 10 North Carolina daily newspapers. This is a good source. This gives me all kinds of different information on different news sources. So I'm going to go to the newsandobserver.com. This is an actual website. This is something that I would actually copy. I would actually go to this one because that's where I got the source. I would copy this. I would paste it down here, and then where it says movement, I would start writing the information I got from the source. So I got the Charlotte Observer. See, I can't spell today, so I'm going to show y'all what you do. You need to go in and actually fix the spelling. We're going to put some information here. The Charlotte Observer, notice I'm using a proper noun. I'm capitalizing it. Is a newspaper in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, movement is also how people and things get around North Carolina. So let's think, how do products get into Charlotte, North Carolina? And what it's going to tell us is, what are the main industries? Is Charlotte a good place? Is this kind of giving us the information in Charlotte? I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So let me change my search here. Let's look at does, what are the best goods and services? See, you know what? I'm trying to make something up. Maybe there's something already written. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. How do people, goods, and ideas move throughout your city? How does information? Well, the newspaper's information. Well, how do people? Let's look at this. See, look, I was trying to guess, and the answer was there on the handout. How do people get around Charlotte, North Carolina? Look, y'all, this is the answer right here, but this isn't coming from a resource. This is just a Google search, right? So let's look down here, the Charlotte's global spot, getting around Charlotte. So look, this gives us places to stay, events, neighborhoods, things to do. This is actually giving us, oh my God, what would neighborhoods be? That would be region, right? So this is actually going to help me answer more than one question on this sheet here. So links, light rail is one way people get around Charlotte NC. They also use cats. Oh my gosh, y'all, are we noticing a theme here? Lynx, cats, Carolina Panthers. It looks like things in Charlotte are named after cats. Or, so maybe that's place. So I want y'all to understand that you are getting multiple bits of information from one or two sources that can go on different things. You have to record all of your sources down here. You can have more than 5. That's an easy way for you to know that you're going to get that 7 or 8. I have 10 sources. I went above and beyond. There is no way anyone that grades this could give me a lower than a 7 or 8 on this. Now, when you're recording your information, you are not copying and pasting. You're putting this into your own words, and you're giving enough information that you can pull this off and use it at a later date. You know you have to create an infographic, a Canva, an online brochure, and you have to have enough information from it. When you go to Criterion C, you're going to have to pull all of this information off, and it's going to show you what to make. So let's look at Criterion C. We're going to look at the rubric for C now. You're not even starting on this, but I want to explain the 7 or 8. Your product completely visually demonstrates 4 or more cultural characteristics involving people, places, or things. The product information effectively displays all 5 themes of geography. What this is saying is you need a picture for each theme. You also need valid, credible information for each one that you've taken from your research and put it on your final product. I should not see different research on your final product. It's not like you make the product while you research. It's very important that we learn to do the project in order, and we take the steps to get each step right, because when we do the design cycle next quarter, and when we do projects moving down the road, it's very important that you follow directions, understand them, and ask questions if you don't. Everything is here. So after today, I'm moving under the assumption that everyone knows what they're doing, and we're going to be researching. Today is Thursday. You'll have about a half a class today. You'll have all day Friday to research, and you'll have all day Monday. However, this Google Doc is due at the end of class on Monday so that we can all start creating our final product Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we will turn it in on Friday. That schedule is subject to change because we have a half day on Wednesday, and y'all might benefit from having the weekend to complete the project. I just want to see how well we're using our class time, our resources, and how effective we're being as in-class leaders. None of this should be done for homework. Everything should be done in class, but if it's not done in class, you have homework. We will fill out our agenda tomorrow once I have the schedule all the way hammered out. This was a long introduction. Thank y'all very much. Please email Mr. O'Neill questions, comments, concerns, and needs you have. Goodbye, children.